that we're getting ready to walk into a season like we never thought we could dare dream or imagine. But we can't do it if we don't let go of yesterday. The Israelites had to let go of all the slavery mentality, and they couldn't walk into the future. Moses struck the rock because the only thing he knew that worked was struck the rock, and he was afraid to speak. And the one who was supposed to speak didn't speak. Aaron didn't say what he was supposed to say, and so Moses did what he knew. How many times are we doing what we know? Aaron gets stripped of his priestly duties and sent off to die, and Moses gets sent off to see what he missed. You know, and I heard someone say a couple months ago, that must have been a glorious walk for him. I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? I'm sorry, but that's the only words I can think. That could not have been glorious. How glorious would it be that you know that you failed and you didn't use your voice when you were supposed to use your voice, and now they've stripped you of all your priestly duties and you're going off to die. And you don't know where you're going. But you know you're not walking with the rest of them into the promised land across the Jordan where they're getting ready to go. Or worse yet, be like Moses, who was to lead this group across into the promised land in 11 days, but allowed the doubt of the people to grab a hold of him, allowed the fear of people to grab a hold of him, and he fell into that pit where they were. Couldn't get out of that slavery mentality, even though he was raised to be different. Did you know that he had an amazing ability to communicate at one time? Yeah, read that. It's amazing. I don't know where his stuttering came from, but somewhere along the line he got to stuttering. But he gets to see the promised land, but he never gets to walk in it. What if, when Jesus goes to the Mount of Transfiguration, and the two people that he sees there on the mountain is Elijah and Moses? Have you ever thought why those two? And I'm not taking away from who they were, because they did amazing exploits for God. But I really believe that neither of them ended well. And I'm believing that God's grace is bigger than them and that they are in heaven today. But what if, when it said the angel had to fight for Moses' body, what if because his body was rightfully to the enemy because he was not obedient to God? My brain goes places. I'm not Miss Theologian. I don't know complete doctrine. I'm just like reading and I get questions. And if you don't ask the questions, you never get an answer. And so I'm just poking you and putting questions out there for you to go find out and go on a journey with God. But what if they were standing up there because both of them failed in the last moments of their life and they didn't want Jesus to fail? If we would look at this Bible and see the good, the bad, and indifferent, instead of looking at theology and taking for what they tell us, and we get this in our hearts, it becomes a roadmap to help us live out our life. God loves us so much. And I just pray that it's not just preaching. I pray that God did something, because I know He's doing something in us.